and brain contusions. Pujols was rearrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of an elderly adult, facing up to 30 years in prison. In March of 2022, prosecutors made a controversial decision. They reduced the charge to felony battery. Pujols was sentenced to 2 years house arrest, 3 years probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory anger management, and no prison time. Prosecutors cited key factors such as Pujols'
What's up, yo? Welcome to another episode of One Reacts. Hope you like, subscribe, share this content. Today we're gonna get into this man that he accidentally, well, violently punched a man, and the man ended up dying. And it was at you know, a word being said, the N word. And I look at it like this, man. If you got issues with the N word, it's okay. I understand. It shouldn't be used, whatever, whatever. But sometimes you just gotta let things slide and keep it moving. Let people deal with their lives. We're gonna get into the story about this Dunkin' Donuts worker who killed a man with a punch. Let's get right into it. It's called Dunkin' Manager Kills Customer After He Snaps.
Say it again if he did. Right hook sent him down. He hit him. And he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
This is Corey Ellis Pujols, a 27-year-old Dunkin' Donuts manager with no criminal record. He just landed a deadly blow on a 77-year-old man, and that singular act was just enough to ruin his clean records, claim the life of a man, and earn him significant charges. On May 4th, 2021, just after 1:30 p.m., Tampa police were called to a Dunkin' Donuts inside a Circle K in the Palm River area of Tampa. When officers arrived, medics were already treating the victim, 77-year-old Vanell Cook, who was unconscious.
Alright. First off, look at this dude. I don't care what that dude says to me. I'm letting him, yo, keep it moving, bro. You look like you've been mad at your life your whole life. Fuck out of here.
And bleeding from the head.
I came in from the truck. You can see I have an altercation with one of the employees. And I guess it spilled, and I remember in here he was.
So I guess this is the dude on the floor. He punched him, dude fell. He's there bleeding, gushing on the floor.
My here with Douglas Street, Tampa, Florida, 33619.
I don't know what happened. I was there. He was actually there. Don't check the deal. He was face and picked him down.
Which kid? He has heart problems. He's 100% disabled.
That is he was
Disabled veteran. Disabled veteran. He's got allergies. He's seen allergy test.
So you know the scene. The guy's on the floor. These are the paramedics. The guy next to him, next to the paramedic, is his nephew. You know?
Almost immediately, Corey Pujols approached the officers and told them he was the man they were looking for. Calm and cooperative, he explained exactly what happened.
So first and foremost, let me just say my name is Corey Ellis Pujols. I am the guy you were looking for in regards to this situation. The long and short of it is that here at
That's smart. That's smart. That was smart by him, you know? Coming up to the officer and letting the officer know, hey, look, man, that was me, all me. I'm not acting stupid. I'm not getting crazy. I didn't know it was gonna end up like that.
obviously at Dunkin. He's a regular. He normally comes through here and orders a large hot coffee. But today, maybe he's having a rough day or something, and he decided to be extremely profound at the mouth. And I asked him respectfully on the microphone, could you please not use that kind of language, obviously with me and my employees. And as well as that, and he said no, and then he came around to the window, he kept going at the window, and then I guess he was going to come inside, so I came inside. I came on this side to let him know. He asked for the manager. Our current store manager is off already. She worked morning shift, and she's currently otherwise here. So I would be for the seniorship. I've been here a little bit longer than he has, so I was reserving responsibility for that. In any case, I came out to let him know. I said, listen, sir, with the profanity that you use, I would highly recommend that you go on about your business. We don't want to serve you any coffee today. Maybe you can try again another day, but you have clearly upset, you feel me, the atmosphere here, and we would like for you to go on about your business. I asked him to do that repetitively. It's all on camera. As I mentioned, he came inside, and when he came inside, he addressed me, and he was looking. I said, hey, listen, the manager's not here right now. I'll give you the manager's store number and all that good stuff. And he didn't want it, and I said, sir, well, can you please go on about your business again and have a good day? And he said, no, you're a fucking nigger. And then I said, and I'm sorry, I had a little bit of issue with it, and I said, say it again, and he did. And right hook sent him down.
Oh, man. Corey. What the fuck, bro? Come on. Let that shit ride. Man, listen, bro. Listen, man. The dude was obviously in a rage. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta learn how to deal like customer service, especially at a coffee spot. At a coffee spot, you're gonna get all types of fucking different customers, different characters, mad, happy, in between, sad, hateful. You're supposed to just keep it moving, bro. Come on, Corey.
So it goes without being said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
I very
Doesn't matter.
well.
I'm just telling you, brother.
No, I agree. Believe me. I'm terrified right now, but I agree with what you're saying. You shouldn't. I have had a fit of racism since I've only been here about 2 months, and I've dealt with so much of it. And I'm not saying that is a reason to do it. I'm not.
I got people that say a bunch of hateful and horrible stuff to me every single day. For the past like 16 years, I let it go in one ear and out the other. It ain't gonna hurt you. This will get you in trouble. Not gonna get you arrested, but I mean.
There you go. The cop is telling him the same thing I said. Like, he said he's been taking it for 15 years. People saying hateful things and all types of shit. And he don't care. He keep it moving.
Dude, you hit him and he fell down.
Yeah, and he hit his head pretty good.
And he should have never said what he said, but guess what? That's the country we live in. You say what you want to say.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, like you're saying, dude, get the freak out.
Yeah.
Slipped and fall, pushed and fell.
Right hook and fell. My apologies for the
He was hit and he fell down.
Keep down, I don't this other. You hit him? You punched him and he fell.
I'm not one to run from what I've done.
No, you're fine.
And again, he's a regular, so I honestly feel like about this situation.
Alright, no worries. Some of you guys have to go at you.
Yes, sir. You should take it easy.
Howdy.
That's some fun.
Gentleman came in, was being very rude to this gentleman, which is the on-duty manager.
Acting manager for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Said some few expletives, and he hit him. And he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get his information yet or no?
I have not. I just came in and...
That's his grandson that's with him, though.
Okay.
That is his grandson.
I was just talking with
him.
him.
Okay, I thought that was his nephew or something. That's his grandson. So the dude is pretty old. And from the looks of the way he looks like he's a miserable dude.
So, yeah, you want to grab this 43?
I have.
Video of it?
We do have surveillance. However, when the boss leaves, she locks the.
That's fine.
Yeah, she locks the.
So here's the reality of what could happen.
Yeah.
If you charge a battery, yeah, you could be charged a battery.
Right.
That's after we speak with him and see what's going on.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get on to you, man.
Yeah, no.
You can't let, and I'm telling you this from here on out, you can't let what somebody says anger you.
Yeah.
He said, I deal with it and I let it go on. I mean, people say nasty and hateful stuff to him and I just because we do our job.
I know.
For no reason.
I know it.
You're going to have people like that throughout your life. You just got to let it go in one ear and right out the other. And just realize that he's going to leave and be on his way and you're going to still be here working.
Right.
You know? So we'll let them get him loaded up and everything like that. Just do what you got to do, bro. I'll be in here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
You're cool. You're good to go, man. Thank you.
It started moments earlier in the drive-thru. Employees couldn't hear Cook through the speaker. He became agitated, began yelling, and was told to leave without being served. Instead, he parked and walked inside.
You see, signs of movements like that, you already know the dude is belligerent. So he's coming at you with all force. What you do is you brush him off. What, he wants a coffee? Yo, here, bro. It's on me. Sorry about that. You understand? Calm him down. You know, sometimes you gotta think for others. That's like driving in the highway. You know? You can't, you gotta think for others too. Don't get crazy with others. If somebody's being crazy and reckless in the highway and driving fast, you push off to the side, let them go.
A Dunkin employee who dealt with Cook at the drive-thru told officers the same story Pujols did.
So basically, he was just being, outright rude when your card is going through. But he was just being
For what reason?
outright verbal. I asked him if he wanted iced or hot coffee. He instantly was like cold coffee. He was like, who the fuck likes cold?
He was like, who the fuck likes cold coffee? That means he was just, what you mean? People want like cold and hot. What are you talking about, bro? This ain't the 1980s where everybody was drinking hot coffee. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, why are you being rude like that? He was already on it.
Coffee. I always ask the same. Y'all always get it wrong. I'm like, okay, sir, we cannot hear and identify you at the window. I mean,
So he got mad because you asked him if he wanted ice or hot coffee.
yeah. Instantly off rip, he was already mad. A large hot latte. Okay, gotcha. So instantly he was just
Sure.
above level. So he was being very verbal. Didn't want to listen to what we were saying. So Corey was like,
Yo, that's my word, bro. I'll never work at a Dunkin' Donuts. That shit is the worst, bro. You see all the shit that niggas gotta do? That's crazy just for one coffee. Imagine doing that constantly for 8 hours.
he got on the mic because I've only been here for like just 3 weeks.
Sure.
But I've had Dunkin' experience, so
Well, that shouldn't be a normal reaction of somebody.
it shouldn't be a normal reaction. So he didn't want to. Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so yeah, he was being really verbal for absolute no reason. So Corey got on the mic because he's the veteran here, the more experienced person.
Sure.
So he took over the mic and was like, "Can you not talk to the customer employees like that?" And he didn't listen. So he said, "Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna take your order today. We're gonna act politely after you leave." Came up here. We had a verbal like, "Can you leave? We're not gonna take your order," type of thing right here. We were reassuring him that he could come again later. So then that's when he came up to the front and was right there.
So even after y'all asked him to leave,
He kept on coming.
he parked, and when you say up there, up at the front counter.
Yeah, he came to the car. So we knew.
Yo, I could picture dude like, oh yeah, you ain't gonna take care of me? Alright, wait. And he spinned off over there. That's crazy.
Corey was gonna. So we the inquiry went up there to wait and tell them to leave again. He didn't want to listen again, so he asked him to leave him multiple times, and that's when, you know, he called Corey the N-word, and it escalated from there.
What did you see from happen from there?
From what I seen is I heard him telling Corey told me to call the cops off rip. So I was calling the cops, I was calling my manager, I was calling everybody, and the dude he kept on, you know, being violent, very rude. So
When you say violent, like physically violent,
no,
or
not
just verbally?
physically. I don't think he physically touched Corey, but you know, mentally, you know, trying to get into Corey's mind.
Sure.
And, you know, mess with him and around with his head. So
Listen, bro. Your mind is your mind. You can't let nobody fuck with your shit. No matter what. If you don't want to, words, what is it? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never will. Like, yo, bro, words can fuck with you if you don't let them. You understand what I'm saying?
then Corey, he was like, okay, we're gonna ask you one more time. We're gonna either, you know, you're gonna leave or we're gonna call the cops. I was already called the cops. So he didn't want to leave. He was like, there's a bunch of niggas, this, that, and third, your nicknames. Corey was like, one more time, and he called him another nick, and that's what happened. I was right here, and I was on the phone with my manager and the police officers at that time. Oh wait, yeah, police officer at that time, and that's what happened.
So what happened after that?
He didn't want to say it. Smart move.
After he said that.
Corey punched him. He was on the floor, and I was on the phone.
Okay.
Come on, my guy. They baited you into it. You should have been like, I didn't see. I just heard like fumble. And when I looked, he was down on the ground.
And you were standing like
right around here on the phone.
Okay. Is he? And Corey said he's a normally regular. He comes through
He
here.
comes here a lot, and he's very, you know, like verbal. Like I guess he doesn't know how to, you know, be respectful. So
Well, normal people know how to be respectful. And choose not to be.
He wasn't being
Yeah.
respectful.
I mean, it's
and
horrible.
yeah, so he does this a lot. I've had multiple times where I've had to go through it. He gets mad because.
So if you notice, people, the cop, he's trying to like befriend them and give them the benefit. Even though he's giving them the benefit of the doubt, he's baiting him into befriending him and acting like, yo, bro, let me know what's going on, man. What happened? You understand? Instead of being like, okay, could you tell me word for word what happened? You understand? So now this guy over here, he's over here telling everything. Yo, my favorite color's blue. Yo, I seen it. You understand?
We don't know his order, but we don't know your order because we cannot physically see your face.
Sure. Hello, manager.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then this is the manager. They ask him for the videotape, and this is like the reenactment right here of how it went down.
Okay.
Police requested the store's surveillance footage, and it told the exact story the two employees told. Instead of leaving the property as the employees requested, Vanell Cook parked his car and walked inside the store. Seeing this, Corey Pujols, the on-duty manager, immediately told a co-worker to call the police. Cook approached the service counter and continued arguing. Pujols stayed on the opposite side, separated by a waist-high swinging door, and repeatedly told Cook to leave the store. During the confrontation, Cook used a racial slur, calling Pujols the N-word. At that point, Pujols stepped through the swinging door, moving closer but keeping his hands at his sides. He warned Cook not to say the word again. Cook repeated the slur. In response, Pujols threw a single punch to Cook's jaw. Cook fell backward.
And that's when shit hit the fan. Dumb move. You should have stood behind the counter, let him keep talking. Why you gonna do that, bro?
Struck his head on the concrete floor and lost consciousness. Pujols then walked away as emergency services were already being called. The victim, Fennell Cook, was later revealed to be a registered sex offender with a long criminal history involved.
What I told you. What I told you. I knew it. Some crazy. He looks miserable. Look at his haircut. Crazy.
Child exploitation. Prosecutors would later describe him as an unsympathetic victim, but legally, none of that justified the punch. The officers eventually did what they had to do.
And it feels better in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're getting Yeah. They told me what happened. I feel for you 100% right now. What that man said to you is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And I understand your anger and your level of frustration.
Crazy. They fucking locking him up over a slur, bro. And the manager was like, yo, wait. Let me get that Dunkin' Donuts shirt. Bad publicity.
That would be this too. And this is one of those things that there's one thing that's steering us right now, and it's the level of risk. He's in critical condition right now. It's not looking good. So he has his brain swelling right now. He's unconscious and everything. So I'm going to pray for you and for him that he recovers. If he recovers and he's okay, this is not big deal. He's here to get today. It's the level of injury. Had he not been this injured, there's a lot of things he could have done. Because like I said, nobody here is okay with what that guy said. And none of us would know at all, you know. And he deserves to put his place for that. But because of how seriously he's injured, we have no choice. So I want you to understand that. Everybody here agrees that what he done he was wrong. What he said he was wrong. He has no choice. Because of how like I said, he's not in there. So I'm going to pray for you and for him that he recovers, that will hopefully go away.
So the dude wasn't dead yet. He hit the concrete hard. He was in a coma. And he was like, yo, if he recovers, you good. But if he doesn't, man, you in trouble, bro.
But for the time being, you're going to be charged 1 count of battery on the elderly male, which is over 65 years of age. You'll have a bond, so it's not going to be really high. You're going to bond out tonight at some point. And then we'll just pray all of us. This guy recovers and, you know, everything will work itself out. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you have that you want somebody to say here?
Yes, please. I'm his mom.
That's fine. Mom, you want to step over here and we grab all this stuff?
Get that right.
Do you want a bag? Ma'am, do you want a bag? I can give you a bag for all that.
Combos.
Yeah, I've got one in here, or if you got one, that's fine.
Like I say, he'll get a bond, hopefully as fast as possible so he can get out and be done with it. But I mean, I called the state attorney's office, I spoke to all of our supervision, and it's just unfortunate, you know. I wish the guy had a black eye so we could all say, hey, watch your health, you know, but he's injured bad. It's just one of those things that
Yeah. Kind of feel bad for the kid. Let's move forward to see what happened. Keep talking with him. See what they did.
Everything is taken that happens in the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? So him falling, him getting the injury, him being elderly. Again, he could be in the hospital and be completely fine by tomorrow. Okay? But we'll tell.
Fracture and brain contusions. Pujols was rearrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of an elderly adult, facing up to 30 years in prison. In March of 2022, prosecutors made a controversial decision. They reduced the charge to felony battery. Pujols was sentenced to 2 years house arrest, 3 years probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory anger management, and no prison time. Prosecutors cited key factors such as Pujols' clean record, the victim's aggression and racial slurs, and uncertainty under Florida's stand your ground laws. One man's past made him an unsympathetic victim. The other's clean record spared him a prison cell. But in the end, a single punch thrown in anger ended ended alive.
Oh wow. So listen to that. He ended up he ended up doing 2 years while he was fighting, right? He ended up doing 2 years while he was fighting the case. And the dude that died, but because he was a sex offender, he was crazy, and he was a bad person. And then this kid right here, he had no priors, no nothing. They let him go. Now they ain't let him go. He ended up doing 2 years and a couple with a couple of things, probation, program. But he came off. Anybody else would have gotten at least 10 or 9. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you think. To me, this is some good advice, man. Sometimes people are gonna say things you're not gonna like. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Let them live with their life. You live on with yours. Because actions have consequences. And that's all I'm saying. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the hype. Till next time, man. Peace.